I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 580, Part 3. Questioner: how is the ego to be got rid of? Maharshi: the ego must be held in order to get rid of it. Hold it first, and the rest will be easy. Questioner: how is that to be held? Maharshi: do you mean to say that there is one ego to hold another ego, or to eliminate the other? Are there two egos? The questioner asks, how is the ego to be got rid of? This question reflects a deep yearning to overcome the source of suffering and confusion, the ego, which is often mistaken for the self. Sri Ramana Maharshi responds by emphasizing the need to first hold the ego before attempting to get rid of it. This simple yet profound instruction invites you to examine the ego directly, not through avoidance or suppression, but with awareness and openness. When the questioner seeks clarification, asking, how is that to be held? Maharshi counters by asking if there are two egos, one attempting to hold or eliminate the other. The question goes straight to the heart of the issue. The ego, being an illusion, cannot remove itself. Trying to eliminate the ego from the perspective of the ego is like chasing a shadow in an attempt to erase it. Such efforts only reinforce the ego's apparent existence. Maharshi's teaching points you towards self-inquiry. To hold the ego means to turn your attention inward and investigate the source of the I thought. Holding to the I is more of a feeling than a thought. When you say I, what is the sense of I? Is it tied to the body, the mind, or something else? You exist and you are aware of your existence. That much cannot be denied. Yet, layered on top of this simple awareness is the I thought, the ego, which creates a false sense of individuality by identifying with the body, mind, and experiences. Maharshi does not suggest treating the ego as something separate to be fought against. Instead, he invites you to trace it back to its origin by asking, who am I? And holding steady to the I sense, you discover that the ego is baseless. What remains is the true self, pure, unchanging awareness. This dialogue reveals that the struggle to get rid of the ego comes from a misunderstanding of its nature. The ego does not exist independently. It is simply a collection of thoughts sustained by attention. When you turn your attention away from the ego and towards the self, the ego dissolves naturally, like a mist under the morning sun. There is nothing you need to do to eliminate it. You only need to recognize that it was never real. Ramana Maharshi's words guide you towards the realization that the self is always present, unchanging, and infinite. The ego is nothing more than an imagined obstruction. True effort lies not in conquering the ego, but in resting in the effortless presence of yourself. The self is eternal, ever present, and already revealed when you stop identifying with what is false. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 Verses on Reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment